Today we're going to take a look at composition of functions. And some of this you have done before. So if we take a look at this, we have two functions here. F of x equals 5 minus 3x and g of x equals x squared plus 4. And we can think of these kind of like as machines. We drop in a number and out comes another number. So you've done some like this before. So let's take a look at f of 2. Well, you've done that before. All we do is in the F machine, so if we were to look at this top one over here, we're taking this machine and we're dropping in a 2. So it becomes 5 times 3 times 2, which we know is negative 6. And we could drop a number in the G machine too. If we had find G of 3, you would drop that in and you'd say 3 squared plus 4. So we have 13. Now we can drop in other things. We can drop in, let's say we wanted to drop in just a letter. What if we said f of w? So we're dropping in a w, so it becomes 5 minus 3w. And that would be our final answer. Or let's say in our g function, let's say we were dropping in g of a plus 2. So instead of, we're dropping that in for our x, so it becomes a plus 2 squared plus 4. And we'll talk in a little bit about how to expand that. So what we're going to do today is our composition of functions. What if we have multiple ones here? So let's say we had g of f of 3. So the first thing that we do is we look at this inside. This is the part we do first. So we're going back up here. If we were to look at this picture, in our f function, right up here, we're dropping in a 3. Whatever comes out, that goes straight into the next machine. So f of 3. So f of 3 equals 5 minus 3 times 3, which is negative 4. Drop in negative 4 now into the g, so g of negative 4, and we end up with negative 4 squared plus 4, so we end up with 20. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at some without numbers. So for example, let's say we have f of g of x. So as you can see here, we're dropping the g of x function into the f function. So it's really f of x squared plus 4. So into our f function, right up here, we're replacing that x with x squared minus 4. So 5 minus 3 times x squared minus 4. And if we distribute, 5 minus 3x squared plus 12. So we have negative 3x squared plus 17. Oops, this was plus 4. So this should be minus 4. I knew something was wrong there, so let's take a look at that again. So x squared, this was plus, so minus 12. 5 minus 7, so we have negative 3x squared minus 7. Got a little ahead of myself there. So number 7 here, let's take a look at g of f of x. So into the g function, we're dropping the f, so this is really g of, what was our f of x function? 5 minus 3x. So it was x squared plus 4, so now it's 5 minus 3x squared plus 4. And then we should expand this out, so this becomes 5 minus 3x times 5 minus 3x plus 4. And I have no idea why I wrote a 5 there. Plus 4. And now we can distribute. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times negative 3x, negative 15x. Negative 3 times 5, negative 15x. Negative 3 times negative 3, so we have 9x squared plus 4. Combine like terms, we end up with 9x squared minus 30x plus 29. Now one last thing, a quick notation note. Sometimes you'll see this notation, f circle g of x. This is a circle right there, and it looks like the fog of x. What it means is f composition of x. That's the same as f of g of x. And it could be any letters. You might have w circle t of x. That would be w of t of x. The composition of those.